Welcome back, everybody. I think it's been a week. Hope you're still there. And what are you drinking? Is it echoing here? Somebody check the sound, please, for me. You see that new cup? SFMF Live, Sunday night. Yeah, it seems a little echo-y in here. And yes, I'm still traveling. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. We'll see who joins us. Can you turn it on the monitor, please? I am with my production team. And we'll get it up on screen soon. So good to see everyone. Welcome back. Again, I will tell you what has been going on in the SFMF world here shortly. But it's been a crazy week for us. But we're here. It's Sunday. Hopefully you've had time to already spend time with God, depending on what coast you're on, what time it is where you're from. Still kind of early here where we are. So we will later this evening. Again, welcome back. A couple great stories that I found, very interesting to me, and you're probably gonna laugh at me, but it's pretty motivating at the same time. So we'll see, but it is good to be back. I see Carl on there. Carl, how you doing, brother? Noah, Semper Fi. Of course, we like to start out, what's everybody drinking? You see that new sticker on there? What's everybody drinking? And where are you in from? We haven't asked that in a while. Where are you tuning in from? And here's why I ask. I met a couple people who actually recognize me. And we have a great community, and it's getting bigger every day. And here's how I know. We're at a, first let me get a sound check, because it sounds really echoey in here. Go down to the, like start the homepage. Salute from Hawaii, Schofield Barracks. Schofield Barracks. Spent many nights on Schofield Barracks, and it doesn't look as big as once you get up in there. It is big, and there's pigs, and there's trails, and there's creeks, and there's all kinds of stuff in there. Noah's drinking water. Kill. Salty Saxy, good to see you, brother. Great conversation today. Thanks for reaching out. Again, the update was great. Very, very positive. I think so. I think you do too. And that optimism is coming back, brother. I like it. That was a great conversation. Thank you. Thanks for calling. Black Label in a moment. Get some. Brother, you deserve it. Were you in the military? Yes. And I'm still a Marine. I'm just retired. All right, I'm trying to read on our camera, which is my phone, because someone's messing with my monitor. I'm sorry. Man, never had this problem when I was on my own, right? Oh, y'all have my back. Corporal Smith reporting for motivation. What's up, Corporal Smith? 4421. Cool. User 27. Yeah, we'll get to that. Thank you for your service. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate you. Shipped to MCRD on September 9th. Have your videos. Love your videos, brother. Any tips on boot camp? Yes, that's awesome. Perfect way to start out. So tips on preparing for boot camp. I'm going to get back to that in a second, because this is the first story I want to tell you is my wife and I were at Rubio's. We're in Rubio's, and the kid behind the counter, oh, she's got us up. Okay, now I can see the comments. Let me tell you the story real quick. So we're behind the counter, and we go to order, and we're looking at the menu, just your typical, I like to get, and the guy's like, hey, I know you from somewhere. He's a younger kid, probably 18, 19. And I was like, I looked at him, I didn't recognize him. He's like, yeah, I know you from somewhere. I know you, maybe church. I was like, we're traveling now. So, right? And he said the gym, maybe 24-hour fitness. I'm traveling, so I haven't been in this area that we're in right now in years, a decade. In and out, but not enough to know him from church or the gym. So it's like, man, I really know you from somewhere. I know you from somewhere. And he kept trying to think, you know how that goes back and forth. Were you here? Were you there? But he was a young kid, so he wasn't a Marine. Finally he said, you're a Marine. I said, yeah, that's right. I'm retired. He said, when did you retire? I said, well, it's been a long time. And then he said, MCRD, were you ever in MCRD? I said, yep. He said, I seen your picture on the wall. I was like, I don't think I had when I was a drill instructor. There was pictures of me somewhere over there. And my wife's like, tell him, you have a YouTube channel. Didn't even dawn on me that that's where he would recognize me from. I said, I have a YouTube channel. He said, that's it. You talk about preparing for boot camp. You talk about boot camp. You talk about Marine stuff. And I was like, yeah, that was it. So he's like, wow, it's so great to meet you. He's like, this probably happens to you all the time. I said, no, it doesn't. That's why it didn't even dawn on me that that's where we know each other from. And that's what it felt like we knew each other. So funny story. So back to the boot camp story. So he said, I love your videos. It's teaching me about the Marine Corps, teaching me about boot camp. So, and I forgot who asked that question right now about somebody's getting ready to go September 9th. So preparing for boot camp. Hold on, people are still telling me what they're drinking, where they're from. Lucas Stout, hi. Kevin, we're going to get some, motivation's all you need. The band hammer is strong. Well, that's cool. Hammerhead Bass says, you need a shirt that says you're welcome for my service. Franklin, iced tea, no sugar, checking in for roll call. David Bryant, good to see you. Okay, Michael S., that was you that asked that? So preparing for boot camp. Physical fitness is always my go-to answer. Physical fitness, the more physically fit you are before you go, that's one less thing you have to worry about. One less thing. You're already on top of the game. You don't want to be singled out already by being physically weak. It's just going to be bad news your first couple months. So physically fit, and then mentally tough. And that's not something you can practice for. I guess you can have people yell at you. It's different. You just have to be prepared to be mentally tough. Know that you're going to be yelled at constantly. You're never going to move fast enough. You're never going to sound off loud enough, but do your very best. Move fast, sound off. Two best pieces of advice right there. Everything you do has got to be fast and loud. Fast as you can and as loud as you can. So if you're already physically fit, if you know a little bit about the Marine Corps, if you know a little bit about marching, drill, standing at attention, not scratching your face, not digging them fleas, sand fleas if you're on Parris Island, or not worried about the hills when you're in San Diego. Excuse me. So the more you know before you go, the better off you'll be. But number one, physically fit. I can't say it enough. All right. Anderson Ho, good to see you. Kaken Bulcher says, what's the funniest thing you've ever seen in basic training, any kind of training in the military? Well, we'll definitely talk about it. I want to hear some of y'all's, and I'll think of some good ones as we move along here. All right, so yes, sound off. Who's here? Let's let me take a little roll call here. Roll call, head count. Jared, I see you. Michael, David, Trash Boat. I saw Chala on there a little bit ago when I was telling my story. Good to see y'all. It's been a week, right? Or has it been longer? Old Jairene says, don't do what I did. Stop working out and say the Corps will get me back in shape. They did, but it came with red stripes as soon as I got to the island. Red stripes. You don't want to be a red striper. Do they still do that? Some of our active duty counterparts right now, do they still do the big red stripes? That was fat bodies. As soon as you got there, if you were overweight, 2 big red stripes painted on your PT shirt and your PT sweatshirt. That's so you were easily identifiable in the chow hall. So they know they can check your tray and make sure you're not eating too much junk. Red stripes. So that's how old Jairene started out. Not fun. And, as a drill instructor, yes, I look for the red stripes also. You're going to eat half of that, and none of that. That can't be very funny. Jared says, boot camp story, I had to pick up my own spit and put it in my pocket. Don't spit on the deck. Shouldn't be spitting on the deck, Jared. Pick it up. I made a couple kids do that. It was pretty funny. And I saw a kid have to pick it up. Pretty gross. Had red T-shirts. David Bryant, you had red T-shirts, so you're old school. I didn't have the red T-shirts. We had the yellow shirts and red shorts and the tube socks. Remember the scarlet and gold tube socks? Joe Warren, good evening to you and good evening to everyone, says Joe. Anderson says, I remember seeing PCP working out with PCP marked on their skivvy shirts. Not a fun time for them all. PCP, what does that stand for? Yes, pork chop platoon. Yes. Who? Randolph, Max, Rob brother, Jared. It was at Edson Rains. So it was dirt and oh yes. Are you talking to me? Here you go. Do you have any advice for someone wanting to go 18, over 18? Is that what you're saying, over 18? Yes, we talked about that a couple lives ago, and I think even a short 17 to 26 for some services, 17 to 28, 17 to 29, 29 years old. I think the Marine Corps is 28 or 29, max age. But we talked about a Marine, 34 years old, graduated boot camp. Took him 17 years to get in. So I'm assuming after he turned 18, then 17 more years, finally he got in, graduated at 34 years old. There's a waiver for everything. Oh, 18 X-ray program. I don't know what 18 X-ray is. That sounds like an Army MOS, 18 X-ray. Spell it out for us, and maybe someone on here knows. Physical Conditioning Platoon, formerly. Thanks, Corporal Smith. More fun to call it pork chop platoon. But yes, Physical Conditioning Platoon. So if you show up to boot camp and you are overweight or you fail the IST, the initial strength test, 1.5 miles, planks now, I'm assuming, and pull-ups. If you fail any portion of that, they'll drop you to the PCP platoon, excuse me, until you can pass the IST. Once you pass the IST, then they send you into training. So you just extended your stay on MCRD, Paris Island to San Diego. So be in shape, under your weight, under your max weight before you go. Michael says, I'm 21 and feel like I'm joining late. So here's the thing about joining at around 21 or 22, older than 17 and 18, you're more mature. Things should be easier on you if you had prepared. So the drill instructors will look at you for your leadership, your mentorship, and your maturity, really is what it is. And as a drill instructor, we check ages. And I don't know what percentage, 80% are 18 years old. So the couple other ones, the older ones, we would try to use them to help the younger ones just with, again, maturity, leadership, anything like that. My oldest recruit as a drill instructor was 31. Of course, I called him Pops, and we rode him every day, and he was good. He was a good dude. Prior service Army. He was a artilleryman in the Army. And of course, we messed with him all the time and told us how great he can get a gun up in like a minute. I don't know what the time was, but he was telling us what a bad A he was in the Army, but it just wasn't enough for him. He had to join the Marines. At 31 years old, Pops. Graduated. He's a good dude. Yes, Noah says Marines and Army have different MOS codes. Yeah, so the, what was it, 18 X-ray? Not sure what it is. I know the infantry for Army is 31 Bravo. 31 Bravo. I said I know it, then I questioned myself. Thanks, Harry. Appreciate you, brother. So also in the gym, I did have some time because again we're in California right now, and old stomping grounds. We've been on Camp Pendleton a couple of times before, but right now we are going through some stuff. If any of you saw the community post, I did post that. I don't even know if I said I'd be off air for a while, but but it kind of just all hit us at once. We lost a family member, my wife's mother, my mother-in-law, and it was devastating to us. It still is. It's still very fresh. We did take some time off. We had to focus. Right now we're trying to get all the family in San Diego so we can all say our last goodbyes. And it's tough because she was a beast, man. We knew Grandma was going to live forever, over 100, easy. She was 89. So it's tough. And 35 years ago, when first time I ever met her and walked into her house, I'm telling you, I felt like family. I felt like I was her son already. That was even before we got married, but welcomed me in. 35 years later, the same. Never an uncomfortable moment with Grandma. Call her Grandma. But she was amazing. An amazing woman that is still hard to believe. It's still so fresh. It's kind of hard to believe. So we took the week off, and thank you for the well wishes already. And some did say, when I said I had some family stuff to take care of, some people kind of figured it out. Infantry 0311 wrote Grunt Life. He didn't know what kind of family emergency it was, but he said he's got some trash bags, shovels, and duct tape. I don't need you this time. Brother, but I know who to call when I do need that kind of family help. So appreciate you all. Again, tough time. Production team is still going strong back there. We're working this out. You see we're on the road again. Don't have our studio, but we want to make it happen because you're our family, right? And it's something we're all sharing together. Thank you, Mark, Wolf, Randy, David, Hiram. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, it means a lot. And something my mom wrote to my dad when my dad passed on the little remembrance card that at his service, she wrote, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." And that's obviously what we're going to remember, right? And Grandma wouldn't want us all sitting around boo-hooing about her. It's going to happen more, but she'd want us to remember the good times too. She was in character. She kept us on her toes. She was awesome. We're going to miss you, Grandma. And that's Bachan. She was a beast. Okay. Whew. Thank you all. God bless you and God bless her. That's it, Hiram. As long as you remember her, she'll never be gone. Semper Fi, you all. Appreciate you. So being in our old stomping grounds, ran into another guy at the gym. Been going to the main gym on Camp Pendleton. It's amazing now. If you were here before, you haven't seen it. Dang, what's it called? The gym on Pendleton? Main side? No, but it has the hit course outside. The track is now rubberized. It's amazing from way back in the day. Man, I can see what it says. Excuse me, who knows the name of the Camp Pendleton gym? Anyhow, I've been going every morning. And the first morning I went, I was like, there was one of like 3 people there. I was like, man, what happened? I'm one of those guys. What happened to our Marine Corps? But it was a Sunday, so got it. Monday I went, and it was packed. About 5:30 units, individual Marines, unit PT. They have a CFT course. They got the whole hit station with the ropes and climbing. The track was packed. It was awesome. It really was to see so many Marines. Saw a couple fluffy ones, but they're there. They're there at the gym. So just this morning I was there, and if I hope you're watching Motivator, I met in the sauna. Right before we were both getting ready to go out, he's like, "Hey, aren't you the Semper Fi mother guy?" I was like, yes, as a matter of fact, I am. So you watch it? He said, yeah, I do. He said, appreciate it. That's stuff that, we love to talk about. But he said, I recognize you. There's not too many jacked or yoked sergeant majors on YouTube nowadays. So again, made us feel good that as soon as I got home, told my wife, this is the community that we're growing. And I kind of explained to him how we got started, right? My daughter's asking, tell us about this, tell us about that. My wife's like, record it and let's save it. Save it for prosperity, and then YouTube is a place to do that. So appreciate you, brother, in the gym. So another guy in the gym who we were in this, he didn't recognize the channel. He didn't know I had a channel or anything, but he did recognize me. Funny, he said he recognized my walk. We were drone instructors together. Santos. It took me a minute to picture it and put the place that we knew each other, because he was jacked. We were two little skinny drone instructors back in the day. I think we were in great shape, but you lose weight. I lost weight when I was a drone instructor because you're always moving, right? You're up at 3, you don't go to bed till after midnight, and you're just constantly moving all day long. So I know I lost weight. I trimmed down a whole lot. But I didn't recognize him because he was so jacked. Retired, still works on Camp Pendleton. So it was great to see him. Start talking to him about the channel, and I hope you show up. I hope he shows up tonight. Because once we start talking about what kind of community that we're growing, he's like, man, that's what we're missing right now. The older generation has the older generation. New guys have all the stuff that they watch and they're communicating on. And this is kind of a generation where we hit all of it. So he went home that night, he kind of binged watched some stuff, and I saw him the next day. He said, that's it. That's the kind of community that we need right now. So it's just great to hear 3 awesome stories, just to kind of solidify, or what's the word I'm looking for? Just prove to us that we're doing this for all the right reasons, and this is the kind of community that we are trying to grow. All right. Being jacked got me discharged. David Bryant says, being jacked got me discharged. You probably got too jacked, Bryant. Is that why? That's interesting because I am a bigger guy than average. And yes, I was taped all the time. Man, before the taping system, I getting Charlies and go see the commander, getting Charlies, go see the sergeant major, always being checked. Then they came out with, because I was always overweight by a couple pounds. Then they came out with the taping system. Boom, nailed it. Always under my body fat percentage. But even that is still a little not accurate. The taping system is, I think they said between 6 and 8 pounds, it could be off. So that's a lot when you're a big guy and you're right at your threshold. Now they have, and I don't know the name of the machine that they have now where you're submerged in water. Is that what it is? But it's a lot more accurate. A couple of times I had to get the calipers because I was right at it when I was really working out strong. So I got even heavier, but I also got more jacked. So I was never over body fat. I was just always overweight. So it's a tough challenge. It really is. All right, I didn't work out in the Marine Corps. I was like Forrest Gump and figured that was good enough. So, or you're a runner. And that's the crazy part. I love to run. I'm just not very fast, but I do love to do it. Never got that 300 PFT. Matthew, good to see you, brother. Which marathons have you run over the years? 2 Marine Corps marathons. One was with a dear friend that she ran one, and then as soon as you retire, let's run one together. That was, I guess, 2012. Ran that one, and then a hurricane hit DC. So now I'm trying to get out of DC back home because I don't want to miss. I promised the kids I wouldn't miss trick-or-treating with them. So, I mean, the marathon was the day before. So Hurricane Sandy, that's right. See, my production team remembers everything. So ran the marathon, 5-something. We didn't, again, I'm not a great runner. I just love to do it. And it was a Marine Corps marathon. It's something I wanted to do when I retired. Awesome marathon. If you've never run one, again, your time, well, the time does matter on that one because you have to make 2 checkpoints or they'll put you on a bus and send you back. So you do have to train a little bit for it. And it was amazing. the amount of people there supporting, it seemed like there was more fans than there were runners. 30,000, I think, is the number they cut it off at for runners. Seemed like 40 or 50,000 people supporting you with signs. I don't care about my toenails. This is the worst parade ever. There's some pretty funny signs. And then everyone running for someone, right? The fallen, seeing their signs throughout, people running in with rucksacks and boots and utes. And it was just an amazing, amazing experience. And then you finish up at the Iwo Jima Memorial, the monument, greeted by the lieutenants at OCS. That's who gave you your medal, a nice crisp hand salute as you cross the finish line. It's pretty amazing. Run 2 of those. The second year I ran with 2 of my daughters. And that was, again, pretty amazing. And I've run about 5 or 6 Honolulu marathons. Those are, it sounds like it'd be great because the view and all that, but it's so hilly. It's a pain in the butt. It really is a butt kicker. And then I ran one in southern Texas. That one was boring. Luckily, I ran with Big O. Hopefully he shows up tonight. Sergeant Major Ole, he's like 9 feet tall. He's got real big, long legs. They call this the giraffe and rhino. Guess which one the rhino was? Trying to keep up with him. He kept me motivated the whole way. But that was boring because I think there was about 30 runners when the last one I did had 30,000. So it was pretty interesting. Randy, were you an SDI in the drill field? If so, what did you like? What did the rest of it say? Randy, I was an SDI, so I did 7. Oh, so what I like better, being a green belt or a black belt? Very good question. I think, and let me put it in a way that maybe everyone will understand, because right off the bat, I think everyone wants to be a black belt. So I go to DI school. My DI school class was big, like the biggest, I don't know, in a long time, like 130 drill instructors. So we flood the companies. Excuse me, there's like 10 of us going to one company. I went to Bravo Company. 10 new DIs to one company, 10 drill instructors. There's only 6 platoons. So do the math. 4 of us aren't getting a black belt because we're going to be down there for the same amount of time. And it's dog eat dog on the drill field, let me tell you. It's I don't know any other way to put it, is dog eat dog. You got to fight for your position. And like 8 of us were sergeants, 2 were staff NCOs. Staff sergeants were like, wow, they're going to get it because they're staff NCOs. Not necessarily true. So 10 of us fighting for 6 spots. So right off the bat, you know you got to bust your butt. And we all did. One went on quota, didn't come back for a year. One went to the pool. Long story short, all of us, so we got a new first sergeant. He came from Parris Island, did 2 tours of Parris Island, and then his 3rd tour with us. Sergeant Major Randy Mitchell, era. He had a meeting with all the drill instructors, green belts and black belts, meeting with everybody before we picked up. He said, all right, who came down here to the drill field to be a senior drill instructor? And no one really knew what to say, how to take it, but I did. So I raised my hand. That was a mistake. He said, you came down here to be a drill instructor. That's all it is. You didn't come down black belt, green belt. You came down here to be a drill instructor to train recruits, turn them into Marines. Oh, got it. Noted. Good initiative, bad judgment. Then he said, who came down here to be meritoriously promoted? Because back then it was like that, and I think it still is today, the drill instructor quota for meritorious promotions is like better, probably recruiting too, is better than the fleet. So more of an opportunity to get meritoriously promoted to a staff sergeant and gunnery sergeant. I didn't learn the first time, so I raised my hand again. He's like, no, you came down here to be a drill instructor to train Marines. So got it, message received. I did 3.5 cycles as a green belt. Loved every minute of it. I really did, especially the kill hat where you're just, that's all you're trying to do is kill them, right? Instill discipline. You want to thrash the crap out of them to start transforming them into basically trained Marines. Very little responsibility. Then becoming the J is what they call it in San Diego. I think they still do. The J, that's the heavy. I think they call it the heavy on Parris Island. The J really runs it all. The senior's Big Daddy. You got a prac hat, and you got a knowledge hat, and you got to depend on how many drill instructors you have. But the J is really where it's at. You're teaching every single drill movement. You teach them BDR, basic daily routine. You teach them everything. Then the senior gets to come in and, again, Big Daddy them and fire them up and motivate them and high five them and take them out for final drill, and everything's great. Again, still wanted that black belt. A little different respect for the black belts. But looking back now, being the J with green belt, the senior green belt was really, really awesome. That's where you see the transformation. You see your work from day one all the way to graduation. You turn these pigs into United States Marines. Pretty awesome. And then you start all over again. You pull your hair out. Yeah, the phone center story. That's a green belt story. A green belt. Those of you who didn't see the short on the phone center story, one day I was a green belt. I was a thrash. My job was to thrash the crap out of them. One night when the senior was leaving, because he's Big Daddy, he said, "Hey, drill instructor, take the boys to the phone center tonight. They've been doing great." I said, "Roger that, senior drill instructor. Will do." He leaves. We do whatever, BDR them, thrashing them. Get them outside. "Hey," senior said, "take you pigs to the phone center. Let's go." Boom, they all flew outside, marched them to the phone center. Yes, both depots have phone centers. They had them back then. JTB was there. So there's my proof. So senior said, take him. The last thing a green belt drill instructor wants to do is something good for the platoon, a reward like that. No way in hell. So I took them all the way to the phone center, right face forward marching. They're all standing proud, chests out. They're marching the best I've ever seen them march. We get to the phone center, left face, eyeballs click, sir. There it is. Look at it. Boom. They all looked at the phone center. I said, lock it up, drill. Right face forward march. We march right back to the house. Put them in the rack. Man, they didn't march as good on the way back, and their spirits were crushed. It was perfect for a green belt drill instructor. That's what my job was. The green belt doesn't take them to the phone center, give them ice cream and high fives. That's the senior's job. So, because I got some hate on there when I told that story. That's wrong. Why would you do that? You crushed their spirits. Oh my gosh, you're so mean. That's so wrong. Nah, suck it up. Go to boot camp and you'll see. That's not the green belt's job. So that's the difference. All right. Great story, JT crushed. Who were you going to call, JT? You still mad at me? Right, Michael? I'm telling you, that was a classic. So Mark Hankins, what's Ice Cold asking? Just listen in for a bit. Listen, Ice Cold. Thanks for being. Oh, I just joined in. What's the stream about? Oh, well, welcome, Ice Cold. Appreciate you being here. We are growing a community of like-minded people, warriors, and talking about military stuff. A little heavy on the Marine Corps stuff because most of our crowd is Marines, but we do have some other services. We have some non-military, right? So I'm not in the Marines, but man, I really love this channel. So hang out for a bit. Ice Cold, glad you're here. All right. See, JTB, the recruits get it. Doc Holiday, good to see you, brother. How are things? A little late, but just joined. Good. Brother, thanks for asking. Man, again, I covered it a little earlier. Appreciate your sentiments earlier when you saw the message. We are hanging in there, and it's again, we could have easily taken another week off, but it's good to be here with family. So thanks, Doc Holiday. Appreciate you asking, brother. Semper Fi. Jerry called me a meanie. That was fun. And by the way, on that phone center story, the senior did take him the next day when he was on duty. Because as soon as he came in the next morning, he's like, "Hey, boys, how'd you like the phone call last night?" And those suckers dimed me out immediately. Probably you, JTB. Oh, I wasn't the heavy. I was a green belt. JTB, you probably dimed me out and said, sir, the drone instructor didn't take his, he took us to the phone center, but he didn't let us make a phone call. So he dimed me out. Fate, greetings from McMurdo Station, Antarctica. Army vet here, appreciate what you're doing, brother. Thank you, brother, from Antarctica. Got to be pretty cold out there right now. Fate, what are you doing out there? Awesome, Army vet here, appreciate you. Fate, thanks for being here. Ice cold, go Air Force, hoo-yah. Yeah, I'm telling you, all branches of service, welcome. We'll make fun of you later, but all one family, right? One team. Wait, no, we didn't. Yes, you did, JTB, because the senior called me in after that. He said, bro, really? You took him to the phone center, but you didn't let him make phone calls? Yes, senior drone instructor. And then he thrashed me a little bit. Right? Salty, he knows. Can't trust the recruits, keep their mouth shut. That's what I'm saying, David. Did I take him to the phone center? Yes, I did. He wasn't so specific in what he said. He said, take them to the phone center. I seen it. Someone else put on here a long time ago, that's disobeying an order and you should be charged with something crazy. No, he said take him to the phone center, so I did. Negative 28 in Antarctica. It's not bad. Inside, contracted currently as a nutritionist. Wow, very cool. Awesome. Many people. What kind of unit or organization? Nutrition in the cold. It's got to be different when it's that cold outside. Wow. Jerry says, if not getting a phone call was the worst thing that happened to you in boot camp, it wasn't boot camp at all. It's just another day in boot camp, another day of disappointment. But okay, focus. You got to focus. Did the short about, remember they talked about, I think it was the Army that's going to start allowing them there, because today's cell phones. So they're going to allow the recruits to have their cell phones for 5 minutes once a week or something like that. Something crazy. And I don't know. I wasn't a drone instructor when cell phones were there, so I know it's an issue. Obviously, they turn them in as soon as they get there. But what is the process? And that's what the short was about. We were asking, how do you feel about recruits having their phones for 5 minutes or 7 minutes, 1 day a week? I'm guessing probably on a Sunday. And of course, I'm totally against it. Here's what happens on them phone calls. If it makes you even more homesick, right? Especially if someone said, no, it's very important if you have kids, if you're married, which is very few, but got it. And if there's an emergency, then that family member would be able to get a hold of you. So it's not an emergency thing, and it can just really mess with your focus, right? It's just unnecessary. Here's the other thing. It's 3 months, 13 weeks. If you can't go without a phone call for 13 weeks, you got bigger problems anyway. So unnecessary. All right, that's what I'm guessing. I missed it, JT. Salty Saxy, what is your body fat percentage? Right now, I don't have to weigh in anymore, so I'm not sure what it is, but I'm... Oh, okay. No phones, period. Learn to write letters. I think the Air Force transports more Marines than the Navy now. Great question, David Bryant. Who thinks they might know that? Does the Air Force transport more Marines than the Navy? Really? General Gray's funeral's tomorrow. Yeah, it did take a while. Man, imagine the protocol for that. General Gray. Awesome commandant. His funeral's tomorrow. Man, it'd be something very, very interesting to go to. All right, Jared says, we got a phone call as soon as we arrived, and that was it. But we were forced to write 1 letter a week to anyone we wanted. Same, I got that same phone call. I don't remember when I made that phone call. For some reason, I don't know, but you see videos of it. When my daughter got to boot camp, she called and nobody answered. So she left a message on the answering machine, which are like, crap, how could we miss that? But even better, because now we have it on recording. It's still there. We haven't deleted that one, and that is awesome. And it was just like you see in the videos. Hi, Mom, Dad, I made it to MCRD safe and sound, and don't send me any junk, and I love you. Okay, bye. Boom. So now we have it for a recording. Do you remember it?
She said cadet.
Oh, she did say cadet. This is Cadet Cece instead of recruit, because she was a cadet for 4 years, so that was first in her mind. Good evening. This is Cadet Cece. I made it to MCRD, Parasite, safe and sound. It's awesome. We love listening to it. Doc Holly, do you have yours in a video recording? That's awesome. Richard Bridges, I heard stories about green stress cards and all the branches, and I don't know that they were true. What about the Corps? Please shed some truth, if you know. So here's what I know about the stress cards. It was, they did, and this is talking to a chief down there. We just happened to be cruising MCRD one day, and I asked about it. This was a chief drill instructor, and he said a company did it as a test period. So probably, I'm guessing, one cycle, and they were authorized, like you could show it like 2 times or something. There's parameters to it, and it was a card that you showed like, hey, I'm a little stressed out right now. Bad idea, didn't work. I can't speak for it today, so anyone active duty right now or just recently graduated, let us know if you know about it. But I did hear that they tried, or from that, he was a master sergeant. We tried it, didn't work. I talked to another one later and said they had a go back. Anyone heard of the go back? Same thing, and it's with their name tag. So if you've been thrashed by someone, I think you take the name tag off or something, still trying to control the amount of times you get thrashed. Not sure how it's working, not sure if it's even necessary. I personally don't think so. I don't think they get thrashed enough. Here's where you kind of have to make time to thrash recruits sometimes. It's not thrash them just to thrash them, but it's a little bit of both. Instant willing obedience to orders, discipline, and physical fitness. By the end of boot camp, a thrash session shouldn't wear you out anymore because you've been thrashed for 3 months every other day, if not every day. So just making you stronger. So 100% agree with it, that there should not be a stress card. All right. Oh, Sandbox. Doc Holiday just brought up Sandbox. We were on that as well, just in case any parents in here that have recruits in training, best way to write them is called Sandbox. We didn't know about it either until our daughter went to boot camp and we used it. It is a great, you actually type it and then they print it out.
Yeah, remember that I got on the call with you?
Yeah, got on the call with the guys from Sandbox and totally explained it. Sandbox is the way to go. Michael S. takes about 2 days to get to them, and it's very easy to use. So you email them, you email in Sandbox, it gets delivered, printed, and they hand it to the recruits. And then how do they write back? Just a regular letter, right? We didn't get Sandbox back. No, I don't think so. But it was a very easy way to communicate, much faster. Sandbox with 2 X's. Check it out. If you know people going to boot camp or like you said, any parents out there. Yes, sir. You print, send, and have an offer to give the recruit a return letter. Oh, that's right. You could put a return, like a self-addressed stamped envelope, right? So they can put one in, send it right back. Yeah, Sandbox is good. Very good. Thanks for bringing that up. Noah said, all right, brother, what was your MOS? 0331, machine gunner. I was not. I started out as a 1371 combat engineer, and I still was. That was my primary MOS throughout. A couple other MOSs, drill instructor, of course. Instructor, I think, at the academy, they gave us another MOS, the Mike 7 Alpha for the mountain classes, and then at 9999, which was first sergeant, sergeant major. And then they changed it to 8999. For some reason, who knows why? Print, I got you, Doc. MOS Noah. 03XX is the only way to go, right? Yeah, kill. So if anyone does remember that story, when I enlisted as an 03XX. I just wanted to be a Marine, right? My recruiter had it easy with me, hard time he had with my parents. but I did sign up as an 0311, 0300. In boot camp, I was the honor man, series honor man, and out of nowhere, my senior drill instructor said, hey, since you're the honor man, you can change your MOS if you want. I didn't know anything about any MOSs. None of it meant, I thought my 4 years in the Marine Corps was going to be like boot camp. That's how little I knew about the Marine Corps when I joined. My fault. So the senior drill instructor put me on the phone with a gunnery sergeant, combat engineer. And of course, I'm like, all right, yes, sir, yes, sir. So you want to blow stuff up? You want to build a bridge and then blow it up and dynamite and C4? And I was like, yeah, sounds awesome. Yes, I do. So I changed. I switched my MOS to 1371. Loved it. I really did. Courthouse Bay. Saw some of you talking about it on there. Engineers up. I loved it. Wasn't a great engineer. And if Mike Laycook or John Brown come on here, they'll attest to that. I did like it because there was such a variety of things. We did bridging, we did construction, destruction, a whole lot of demolition. Loved doing all the shape charges, and going to the demo range was really the highlight of being an engineer. In Desert Storm, we did a lot of construction, sandbags. I probably filled 100,000 sandbags personally. So we're building everyone's defense position and move on. More sandbags, move on. We built strong backs and tents and concrete floors for the Army so they didn't have to sleep in the sand. So I liked it. I did like it, but what I really wanted to do was be able to move around as an 89, 99. So that was my ultimate goal early on. I know I wanted to be a first sergeant, sergeant major. But the combat engineers really do make it happen. That's another friend you got to make when you go in the field and definitely in combat, because they can make you the card tables, the chairs, the benches, the picnic tables, chest of drawers. In Desert Storm, we had the best gym. They made cable poles. They made everything all out of wood and some wire and stuff. But engineers are some pretty amazing guys. Combat engineers, and then the Navy has the Seabees. Here's the difference. The Seabees do quality work because their stuff is supposed to last for 3 years or more. Combat engineers in the Marine Corps, our stuff is supposed to last 3 months. Expeditionary. So when people say it's good enough for government work, a lot of times it was good enough for government work because we're on the move. So a little bit different mission. Loved working with the Seabees though. Learned a lot from those guys. Very good. All right. Mark Hagan said, Chief Warrant Officer, CW03 Moon. Was he so in the engineer community, when you go from enlisted to warrant officer, you go into DNS, drafting and surveying, if that's still the case. Old Gyrene, right there. My nephew's a CB. No one drinks like a CB. I made it to Sergeant Randy. Good to see you, Randy. I made it to Sergeant before getting medically retired, 2006 after 12 years. What was your favorite rank, Sergeant Majors? Oh, Randy, great question. Another great question. What was my favorite rank? Of course, everyone wants to get promoted. So I can easily say Sergeant Major, because that's the top. I had more Marines to influence and train and mentor and all that. But I absolutely loved being a sergeant. Maybe because that was the longest rank I held was sergeant, 5.5 years. And I still got promoted with peers. I wasn't held behind. It just, that was the time. That was about average, 5.5 to 6 years. But it is when I was a drill instructor. I went to Mountain Leaders course, summer and winter. It seems like I did more as a sergeant than anything else, probably again because of timing. But I really, really loved being a sergeant. You weren't that step NCO yet, so you can still push the envelope, right? And not get hammered because you're still learning. And you're higher than a corporal, so you have the authority. So it really is a great, when I say sergeants are the backbone of the Corps, I do firmly believe that. They're the ones that make it happen. Had some awesome, awesome squad leaders and even platoon sergeants as sergeants in combat. And they are amazing individuals. Salty Saxy said, oh, he's talking to Jared still. Would have been nice to have a Motor T Marine who actually wanted to keep their trucks up. Maybe it was just my dad. It really is interesting how sometimes you get in a truck, you get in the back, and there's no troop strap back there, and the seats are all jacked up, and splinters poking you everywhere. And then you get into someone's truck that is spotless, brand new troop strap, and he's got you. He lowers the tailgate for you, and he puts it up. So yeah, Motor T guys, call. Say again. Oh, did he? Doc Holiday, super chat. Semper Fi, my friend. Awesome, brother. Thank you, and God bless you. That's what it's all about right there. Thank you. Appreciate that. And know that it's all going to good use. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Jerry says, my fleet, even though it was old, was always in top condition. I was. Master Tech, so would not settle for less. Good. Jerry, Motor T. Okay, we're all good. Thank you, Doc. Yep, thank you. Jerry, well, I hate to say Motor T may have gone downhill after your time. What's up, Montalvo? You made it. Semper Fi, brothers and sisters. Devil Doc. Devil Dogs for life. Again, Doc, thank you, brother. Salty, we had multi-fuel, 2.5. 7 tons. Who remembers the 7 tons? Or no, it's 5 tons, and then we moved to 7 tons. Richard Bridges. My MOS was cool, 3381 for reserves, and it got changed to 0317 after rifle qual and active duty. My mama seat almost killed my recruiter. Interesting. What's 0317? What's 17? 03, no, 21, 31, 41, 51. Appreciate you having our back, Doc, not seeing all. Yeah, not wrong channel, Roman. We had vehicles that had maintenance records that dated back to Vietnam. You know what? Interesting when you see stuff like that into units. 17 is it Scout Sniper? I should know that. I had a bunch of Scout Snipers, 2.5 and 3.3. I don't know why it didn't ring a bell. But interesting to see when you go into a unit. I remember getting a field desk one time. We went to the field. It was a little green field desk, the stools on the flap on the door, and had some yellow canaries in there. Remember the yellow canaries? You old guys know what I'm talking about. It was just a stack of like Post-its, but they weren't sticky, and they had to and from and message and had little stuff you just filled in the blanks. But they were called yellow canaries. You wrote on it, you flipped it, you gave it to somebody, and he took it. Probably back in the day, they flew pigeons or something. But the yellow canaries, we found some one time in an old field desk that had some Vietnam era stuff on it, some Da Nang, and it had some interesting stuff. So they used those field desks. I know they moved from those wood ones, and they had plastic ones, were a little better. I don't know if they still use those now or not. Mike says, I wish I would have kept the Scout Sniper MOS in the Marine Corps. I do too. Michael, the Scout Sniper, people have asked about that too. It is Scout Sniper 17s, 0317. It was, the Scout Snipers were necessary, and they're being replaced by drones now, but you still need boots on the ground. I don't care what kind of technology we have, you have to still have boots on the ground for that, not just the bird's eye. You have to be on the ground. And if, in my opinion, the enemy finds out there were no more boots on the ground, it's going to get crazy. So the Scout Snipers, and how often do Scout Snipers actually get kills? How often do their observation? So they're the ones that are seeing the transactions firsthand. They're more intelligence gathering. So I wish we still had them as well. 420 Network, Bob, welcome, brother. Good to see you. All right, Roman, take care, brother. Semper Fi. Find your people. Roman 420 in the house. Carl saying, everyone, good to see you, Bob. 420 in the house. My last R unit was HNS 324 Scout Sniper. Again, not sure why we got rid of that. VZ says, what do you expect from your corporals? Great question, VZ. So as an NCO, as a corporal specifically, one, that transition from Lance Corporal to Corporal is the hardest, in my opinion. That's the hardest transition. You leave your crew of Lance Corporals where you did some crazy stuff together, some crazy training. You bust your butt in and out. You're living with them, sleeping in the field with them. You do everything with that Lance Corporal underground. You know everything there is to know about each one of you, and you do some crazy, crazy stuff together. And then literally overnight, now you're an NCO, now you're in charge of them. That is the most difficult transition, in my opinion. Look at, hold on, let me say hello to Annie Banani. What are we drinking? I'm drinking coffee, you know that. Look at my new mug. Thanks for being here, Annie Banani. So what do you expect from NCOs? From corporals specifically, you don't know all the answers, but we're expecting you to try everything. If you haven't read as a corporal, if you haven't read a message to Garcia, you need to read it. And I'll give you the answer to the test. It's about initiative. Teaching initiative is very, very difficult. I still haven't figured out how to teach it. Some people just don't get it. But you need to get it. Take initiative. Be that volunteer. Any opportunity you have to lead a unit or an organization or a squad in anything, whether it's police call or building an obstacle course somewhere, take that initiative. Do everything in your power. Study. Of course, physical fitness right off the bat, you got to be able to lead by example. You are already looking at staff sergeant as a corporal, 2 ranks above your own. Realistically, sergeant, but you're thinking about what it's going to take to be a staff NCO. You have to be able to, you are in charge of those Marines. You have their lives in your hand. So as a corporal, try everything. Do everything in your power. Don't shy away and don't want to be one that you kiss butt, right? Oh, look at him, he's volunteering again. You damn right I am. That's to get better at what you're already doing. So what do we expect out of corporals? Everything. A whole corporal of the Marine Corps. Yep. Matthew. Did you know Engineer Chief One Officer Neal? I want to say Ron Neal. He probably joined around the same time. You was with him in 12th Marines, 2006-ish. Neal. God, I'm terrible. I'm asking my production team right now. She would remember. I don't off the bat. Neal. God, I'm terrible with names. O'Neill. He was an engineer.
Oh, his wife was one officer.
No, she was a sergeant major before him, remember? O'Neill's. Probably. But I can't recall it right now. I used to think that the Corps was crazy for getting rid of tanks. Yes, me too. Again, not sure why. Zing, ping, poo. Hurrah. Good to see you, brother. Very hard transition. You can run into all sorts of pushback from guys you broke bread with. And that's exactly what it is. I told the story. The hardest time I ever had was my first field out as a corporal. And it was the index, right? We were cleaning up. It was raining like hell. Late, it was dark, tired. Again, just wanted to get back to base, get some food, dry. Man, it was horrible, miserable. So we get on the trucks, and of course the staff sergeant's walking around and says, hey, sees me still walking around. Get some Marines off the back of the truck who are already all buttoned up and they're getting warm in there in the body heat. Get some Marines off the truck and police call this area because I'm a corporal. That's what corporals do. I was like, crap. Try to just, get it myself because I know it's going to be like pulling teeth to get some of my buddies off the truck, right? 5-ton full of Lance Corporals. So he's like, no, I told you to get some Marines off the back of the truck. I was like, crap. So I climb up there and got to pry the tarp open just a little bit, stick my head in. I said, hey, you, get off the truck. Like, what for? F that, we know. What for? Just get off the truck. we need a police call. They're like, you do it. No, pick him. No. They would not get off the truck because we were buddies. They're like, bro, not me. Pick him. Remember, we don't like him. Didn't matter anymore. I was the NCO. I was the corporal. They were lance corporals. They should have all immediately got off the truck. But that's part of that transition that is real tough. So I jumped down, and again, I try to just do it myself. Try to be that leader. I'll just do it myself. Leave my men nice and dry and warm. Nope. Wrong answer. That wasn't the point. So, of course, the staff sergeant has to get involved. Embarrassing. I was embarrassed. He's like, all right, good. You want to play like that? Everyone off the truck. So all 3 trucks had to unload because I couldn't do my job as a corporal and get 2 Marines off that truck to clean it up. So it's tough transition. You got to be the leader of those and get those lance corporals in the room. Hey, I know we're boys. I know we had some good times together, but I am the NCO now. You're the lance corporal. You'll see when you get here. I'm not better than you, but I did get promoted before you. So pretty pleased with sugar on top. Do what I say. But you got to be a good leader as well. All right. Leek Ramos, thank you for your service. Thank you for saying that. Appreciate you very much. Make them all do it. David Bryant, see, that's what I should have done, right? It was my first evolution. Learned a lot that day, man. I learned a lot. And it humbled me quite a bit. But 20 years from now, younger Marines will be saying the same thing. And they will, Jared. You got to be a good follower before you're a good leader. So, unfortunately, we do have some bad followers. Change nice, retired. Salty's actually born in 91. Makes some of us feel old. Another guy I saw in the gym this morning, in the sauna after. Jared. Yeah, we're gonna have to see pictures of you side by side. Jared and Salty. So I saw this old guy in the gym, in the sauna. And that's how that conversation started with that devil dog I saw that recognized me from the channel. He got up at one point and looked at the temperature to see how hot it was in there. It was like 198 or something. And the old guy, the oldest child is 30. You guys are old. Jared's old. So that's what started the conversation with this warrior. The old guy said, what's the temperature? He said, oh, it's only 198. He said, it feels hotter. And the old guy said, I'm just amazed that you could actually see the numbers on that dial. And that's when the younger guy said, I'm not that old yet. I didn't get in that conversation because I didn't even know there was a dial on there. I didn't even see that it happens when you get older. So, wear sunglasses, protect your eyes. Don't rub your eyes. All right. What are we talking about? Yo, clowns up there. Good times. What was the other main topic I wanted to talk about earlier? Yes. Haircuts. Is it time? So, again, being on Camp Pendleton again, tons of Marines. It was a Sunday. My wife reminded me it's Sunday. They're getting haircuts Monday, right? Or Sunday night, later on in the night. And it wasn't just the freshness of their haircuts. And it's not everybody, of course. There's some warriors. Awesome just seeing them power up and just look like Marines. Anderson Ho, Semper Fi. That's a super chat. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Awesome. Appreciate you. So, the haircut thing, it's the top that they seem to be growing a whole lot more. It's still 0 to 3, right? Cannot go above 3, but they're like pushing that 3 to push it. And I'm not going to be that old guy, hey, Marine, you need a haircut. And I remember I had a real good buddy, Silversmith. He retired before I did, and he retired and stayed on base. And we still talk. He's like, hey, man, what do I do, man? I work around a bunch of Marines, and they need haircuts, and they look shabby in their uniform. Do I say something as a retiree? And I told him yes, because I was still active duty, so it pissed me off that it was happening. But now as a retiree, I don't really think it's my place. So what he did, Silversmith would talk to the staff NCOs and say, hey, I'm not getting in your business. I'm retired. You know, you're the future, but look at your Marines. You know, take a look at them. I don't know if that worked or not. But now as a retiree, and I'm looking at all the Marines on base, and some are just jacked, squared away, sharp, lean and mean. And then I see some that just completely need a haircut. Mustaches are out of regulations. At this gym in particular, and somebody helped me out with this one, I know they do a lot of McMap training and the CFT. So a lot of Marines walk in without their blouses, their trousers bloused. And I thought it was just one. Maybe he forgot his boot blouses, or his, what do they call them? His boot bands. Then I saw another one. Just walking to the gym, from the gym to their car. It's a long walk, and I get it. Saw a Marine walking without his cover, boots and utes, no cover. I figured again, he's boots and utes, so he's PTN. Saw him full uniform on, no cover. Same thing, just strolling to his car. Maybe he left his cover in his car. It happens, I get it. But are the standards lowering? Why? I kind of imagine myself doing that back in the day. I would have got the crap. I mean, I wouldn't have done it. Was that another super chat? Who's that from? Mark Hankins. God bless you, brother. Thank you very much. Another super chat. Awesome. Appreciate you. All of you. God bless you. Awesome. Thank you. Man. Salty Saxy, still get a weekly medium fade. Yeah, obviously, I wanted to talk. Obviously, I always have a fresh haircut, but if I did have hair, I wonder if it would be fresh once a week. I do shave every day. Michael's Drones, RCs, and Knives. URAH. Semper Fi, my friend. Good to see you, brother. Welcome. 2 questions I want to hit. That one right there, Evan, should I commission or enlist? And the other one was a Poolee. So we talk about Poolees. Again, the more you know before you go, the better. The more in shape you are, the better. Look at haircuts. Annie Bananas said, buzz is the way to go. Shave it. I always said the haircut should be 0 to 1. Because 3 is long. 0 to 3 inches, it's not that high, but 0 to 3 inches is long on top, unnecessary. Whole purpose is it for hygiene. And you're in the field, you don't get bugs and stuff in your hair. You don't always have a time to wash your hair. So 0 to 1 is plenty, and it looks good. Question somebody just had about enlisted or commissioning. Great question. Depends on what you want to do in the Marine Corps. So you all know my daughter's a Marine. I want her to one day be an officer. Completely up her. She's up to her that she'll make that decision. Carlos Diaz, see you, brother. And that's a decision I think you should make after you're in. You see what officers do, and if that's something appealing to you, then by all means, go for it. There's plenty of programs to go from green to gold, enlisted to officer, the warrant officer route, or just commission route. I would think still, even throughout my career, every now and then, some officers, you should become an officer, you'd be great in the officer corps. I loved everything about being enlisted, and I never once considered going the officer route. Not that, and I have some great officers. I served with awesome Marine officers. I always wanted to be on the ground with the boys, in the field, in the barracks, and I wanted to be doing the Marine things with the bulk of the Marines. Officers overall in charge, so if that's something you want to be the commander, then that's how you got to do it as a Marine officer, any officer. The pay is a lot better as an officer. So if you're money driven, that could be a way to go as well. But I think the best thing to do, even I had my daughter do it, talk to enlisted, talk to officers, talk to both. Especially as a female, talk to a female officer, talk to male officers. and vice versa with the enlisted. There was just some things, if I could do it all over again, I might consider it a little more, but there's a ton of things I would want to do first as an enlisted Marine. Drill instructor. Still wanted to do, I really wanted to do recruiting and MSG. Teach at the Staff NCO Academy. There's a lot of things I wanted to do as enlisted before I would become an officer. So if I did, it would be much later on at the end of my career. So, right there, Robert Hamilton says it. Enlist and then go officer once you learn what officers do. Can you turn that down, please, a little bit? Josiah, welcome, brother. New to the channel. Your thoughts on recon. Recon kicks butt. What movie? What movie is that? I think all special forces are awesome. I think they have the best jobs in the world because they just train, and they get more physically and mentally tough every single day. So that's why they're badasses. That's what they do 24/7, 365. So I think they're all awesome. I nothing bad to say about special forces, special operations, all of them, all the services. They're all awesome. Heartbreak Rids. That's right. Recon kicks butt. Tight-knit community, the SEALs, PJs for the Air Force, MARSOC, right? They're all small, tight-knit groups of brothers and sisters now. So I got nothing bad to say about any of them. Every now and then, you know, I had to do the Sergeant Major thing with our snipers and our recon to dress them up a little bit. They go out, and I told them, anytime you're out killing people, you can do it, wear whatever you want, but when you get back on base, you're gonna look and act like Marines. So haircuts, gloves, have all your fingers on them, Marine Corps issued boots. Y'all know, if you know, you know, right? You don't have to, all that extra gear you got all over your stuff, and you want to grow your beard out to blend in with the, no, when you're back in garrison, you're back around Marines, you're going to look and act like Marines. But every Marine here knows what an AK-47 sounds like. Glad to have you, Josiah. Hang out for a little bit. Like and subscribe, tell your friends. Salty Saxy, I went contracting from 15 to 22, exclusive in the Middle East, worked primarily with special forces from all branches. I can say firsthand, they're all badasses. Firsthand, Salty, appreciate you chiming in on that, because again, nothing bad to say about any of them. And if anything I would say bad is because I'm jealous that I didn't get to do it. But I do know they better be badasses, because that's what they do. They got money, and they got training, and they do it 24/7. So I expect the very, very best out of every single one of them. Evan says, I heard that from Marine on Camp Pendleton that officers can go into MARSOC. Yes, absolutely. There's Marines and there's Marine officers in MARSOC as well. And still, they're the commander. So there's badass Marine officers as well. ATRL URAH. I'm sure it stands for something. Help me out, producer. Talked to my recruiter. He told me I would have better chance getting MSG duty by going infantry, so I signed 03XX infantry. You made it. All right. Congratulations, brother. Awesome. You're going to love it. And yes, MSG, hit it right away. Be my recommendation. Again, something I didn't do. I wish I would have. Never have I ever heard a bad story about MSG. Anyone on here? MSG, let us know. Shout out to Delta Force. Hurrah. Which branch has the second best uniforms? Good question, because we know which branch has the best uniforms. Which branch has the second best uniforms? Great question, Annie Benani. Let's see what we come up with. Ray from Queens. Thank you, brother. Good to see you on here. I'm going to send you a note. We hang tight for your stuff, brother. We got you. God bless you. Thank you, Ray. Really, really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, from my whole family. Awesome, brother. Thank you. And we got you. We got your back. Awesome. Thank you. Soldier of Christ. God bless you. Good to go. Thank you. Evan, hope I answered your question. Yes, thank you. Zing Ping Poo says Navy has the second best. Which one, Z? We need to know which one of your uniforms. They all white with the white shoes, the khakis, the camis. How about when they came out with the blue camis and the blue suede boots? That was Navy, right? Was it Air Force? Which uniform? I like the Navy. I actually do like the Navy all whites. I could never wear them because they'd be dirty and stained the very first time I wore them. Excuse me. Navy. What else? What other uniforms do they have? The all white. Yeah, the all white looks pretty sharp. It really does. Even the white shoes. Robert agrees. Navy second. Mark says, served with Eddie Falcon and Wesley Johnson, both fellow MSG Marines. They served Honduras and Argentina. Wow, the two great countries. You do one hardship country, and sometimes that hardship country is not really hardship, and then you do what do they call it? I don't know, a great duty station. Jared says, enlisted blues number 1, officer blues number 2. There you go. So the blue dress uniform, those you, if you know, you know, for a while they were thinking about combining the officer enlisted blues, making them one uniform. But which one would they make? So I remember I was, I think it was the first sergeant at the time, they sent out a questionnaire to all staff NCOs. If we go to one uniform, which would it be? And we collectively, as far as I know, there was enough votes against not changing it at all. The enlisted wanted to keep their blue dress uniform, and I'm guessing the officers wanted to keep theirs because it didn't change, which I'm glad. Officer one looks pretty sharp. The general officers look good with the black trousers. That looks pretty cool. Like they got the fatter blood stripe down the side. That looks pretty sharp. But I'd love our blue dress, the enlisted blue dress uniform. Big Daddy says, I'm going to talk to my local Marine Recruiter Center on Tuesday. What questions should I ask them? I'm mentally committed to becoming an 0311. Then you have no questions, Big Daddy. Go for it. And I don't know if I like calling you Big Daddy. That's my name. Go for it, 0311. Just here's one question. When can I ship? Ask them that. If you're ready, you're ready. Physically fit, mentally tough. You got it. You said you're mentally prepared already, 03. Carlos, dog tags have to be bought. Mark Hankins, 10-4. Sergeant Major. Hardship, non-hardship, you're correct on your knowledge. Thank you, brother. Awesome. Can I get some more in there? I like the separation of the immediate recognition. I saw Marine officers wear dress whites in the 80s. You're on it, David. They did. Marine officers did have all white at one time. Was it 80s? I think it was leading up to the 80s is when they finally changed over. All white. Looked pretty sharp. Like Major Payne. I know y'all seen Major Payne. When he wears his all whites, that was the Marine officer dress uniform. It's no more. We have white trousers that staff NCOs and officers wear in the summer. Summer times when sleeves go up, you also change to blue dress white. That means white trousers. Looks pretty sharp. I like the white trousers. I think it looks great. Thanks, I guess. SFMF Big Daddy. All right. Go for it, brother. When do you ship? Let us know. Let us know how far you are out. I see you back there. Major Payne wore it best. Yes, he did. Let me show you a little trick. Yes, great question, Mark. How old is at Big Daddy? Is he going soon? Hey, Big Red Farmer. Oh, no? Absolutely, Jyrene. White uniforms on the silent, drill, and Marine Corps band. So, here's an interesting fact, and anyone, man, I just picked my nose on camera. The silent drill platoon and the Marine Corps band, their uniform is made out of different material. And you can imagine trying to do what the silent drill platoon does with those rifles with your cotton blue dress uniform. You can't move like that. Theirs is made out of different material. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe somebody in here knows what it is. The band members as well. That's not the same uniform that we buy from cash sales. It's different, made out of different material. I'm guessing the pallbearers, all those guys that do those special duties wearing the blue dress uniform, it's made out of something different. Who knows? Who knows what it is? Carl, Marine Corps band Nola ditched white trousers during the Mardi Gras because they got dirty so quickly. Wow, great information. Marine Corps band, New Orleans, ditched the white trousers during Mardi Gras because they got so dirty. I can see that happening, right? Something like Mardi Gras. At Big Daddy's 20 years old. Again, let us know when you're going to ship. The Marine Recruiter is next to the Army Recruiter Center, so I'm sure Army brats are going to try to convince me to join their club. Absolutely. They wouldn't be doing their job if they didn't try. Told the story before when I was going to the Marine Recruiter from high school, and the Marine Recruiter's office, they're all in a row. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, down one hallway. In the first, second, third, probably fourth or fifth time I went to the office, I was with the recruiter. All right, he walked me down there, he walked me back, take me out of school, passed all the service, and never even glanced in their direction. I was going for a meeting or something. When I finally enlisted, decided to enlist, I was 17, my parents had to sign. My dad wouldn't sign, neither one of them did for the longest time. My mom finally gave in before my dad. My dad wouldn't sign until he said, visit all the other services, right? See what they have to offer, make sure this is the best opportunity. So of course, yes, Dad, I did exactly what my dad told me. Stopped at the very first one was the Navy. And just walked in, you know, a couple of recruiters are sitting there, kind of picked up a pamphlet, and he's like, can I help you? I was like, oh, yes, sir, I'm thinking about joining the Navy. He's like, no, you're not. He said, yeah, I see it in your eyes. You've been brainwashed. I've seen you walk by here 5 times. You're going to be a Marine. Take a flyer. Go tell your dad you spoke to the Navy recruiter. It's not for you. I was like, all right. So I went in the Air Force, grabbed one of theirs. I went in the Army, grabbed one of theirs, and went home and said, Dad, look at it. I went to all of them. None of them are for me. Please sign. Still took him about 4 months to sign. Rough. Damon Hunter, better than my recruiting experience. Let's hear about it. How'd it go for you? Doc, you taking off? I see you. Have a good night, Doc. Doc Holiday again. Once again, thank you, brother. God bless you. Thank you for the super chat. We'll see you on Wednesday. Production team, are we moving it? Wednesday? Please let me know. At Big Daddy, the Army can't offer you the opportunity to earn the greatest title, to be America's finest United States Marines. That's what the Army cannot offer you. They're going to offer you money and school and duty station. They'll offer you the world, which they can deliver. But you're not going to be a Marine. Hurrah. Choose wisely. Yep, Marines are nothing. Say it again. Thursday. So this week, let me get it out there now. Thursday is going to be our next live, not Wednesday. We have a family function on Wednesday that, you know, we can't miss. What we talked about in the very beginning. It's our time to say goodbye to Bachan. We won't be here Wednesday, but please join us on Thursday. Thursday at 1700, same time. Just a different day this week. Thursday. All right, Demon Hunter. Okay, so I was 19 in 1999. Wow. Are you coming? Come on. All right, hold tight. Hold tight on that, Damon Hunter. Am I saying that right, first of all? Introduce number 1 to you.
Oh.
This is the number 1 Cece. This is our oldest Cece. Oldest. She's our stud, our athlete, our Nike, she is number 1 for a reason. She's our firstborn. So we have loved her longer because she's older than the rest. But that's where we are right now. We're at the oldest Cece's house, Kimi. So everyone say hello to her, please. You want to say a few words? All right. She is here. She is hosting us right now. Her and her beautiful dog. Somebody commented on how beautiful Kai was. No, not on here, outside when I was walking her. Look at Annie Banani. She's gorgeous.
Oh, thanks, Annie Banani.
She looks just like you, but with hair. Lucky, she's lucky. Looks just like me. Hola, Cece number 1, says Mark. Everyone's saying hello. Kimi. Great host. Let's see the dog. Will she come up here? I don't want to move the camera because I'll mess something up.
Yeah.
But she's awesome.
She's old.
She's old, German Shepherd, beautiful. She really is beautiful. Little hair comes off her every now and then.
German Shepherd.
German Shepherd.
Just like me.
USMC Cece, Semper Fi, Kimi. Hurrah. Noah, hello, Cece number 1. You're blessed to have such an awesome dad. Hurrah.
Hey.
Thanks, Noah. I'm blessed to have such an awesome daughter. Jared says howdy. Tupac says Psalm. Hello and God bless from Zing. Zing Ping Poo. You can say it. Mark, I have sexy eyes? Salam Madra. Am I saying that right?
Jared said easy there, Mark.
See you Thursday. David Bryant, request permission granted. God bless you. Thanks again, David Bryant. Appreciate you, brother. We'll see you Thursday. God bless you. Thanks, Ray. That's Ray, 1775 Marine Corps. Ray from Queens. Thank you, brother. Mark, calm down. Simplify. It's not just a saying. Amen. Old Gyrene. Here's another thing. I had my shirt on yesterday that said URAH, U-R-A-H. Walking, I think I was at Lowe's or something. This old dude made a beeline to me. And when he got closer, I saw he had a Marine retired hat. Came right over to me. URAH, Simplified Marine. I was like, Simplified Marine. I love Marines. Motivated the heck out of it. I forgot what I was going to Lowe's for. Wednesday next stream? No. Thursday. Bryant, Thursday. This week it'll be Thursday. Thursday, 1700. What time zone is this? C. Pacific Central Time.
No, Pacific Standard.
Pacific Standard Time. PST. Daylight Savings. So Pacific Time. 1700 Pacific Time. Feld Anchor. Good to see you, brother. It's been a while. How you been? Huh? In SoCal. You're in SoCal with us? Yes. I'm an old protected dad. I still fight. Why do you think I still go to the gym? Well, I'll rip someone's face off. You know I will. To make a long story short, yes, thank you, Hunter. Thanks for holding tight on that. To make a long story short, I picked up my check late one night and walked home to find myself locked out of my own house. My rent was paid, but roommates were heavy sleepers, so I couldn't get in. Couldn't get anyone to wake up. All right, then what? Then what? Love from Ireland. Look at that. We have people from Ireland. Emmanuel Godson. And what a great name, Godson. God bless you, Emmanuel. Thanks for being here, brother. Appreciate you. What time is it over there? West Coast versus East Coast Marines. Come on, Adam. You know the West Side. So I'm West Coast. My daughter's East Coast. As long as we're the Marine breed. How's that saying go? Oh, that's old breed, new breed. But East Coast, West Coast, as long as it's the Marine Coast. I just made that up. Like Jerry said, I'm no badass, but we can all go to the ER. Got to be able to throw. That's right, always. My blue chicken video is about my fam. Congrats, Big Red Farmer. Missed it. Show these. All of them. West Coast Marines are real Marines, says Salty. West Coast. Coffee was made. Oh, yes. All right. I was made on the West Coast, but been on the East. It's 2:30 a.m., Emmanuel. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Emmanuel. Please, everyone wish Emmanuel, God's son. Man, what a great name. A birthday today. I'm 50. I'm tired in life. 50 still young. Happy birthday. Enjoy 2:30. So you must have partied it up a little bit if you're still up at 2:30 in the morning. Happy birthday, brother. It's time. I'm being prompted.
Okay, we finished Demon Hunter's birthday.
To wake up. Oh, man. I just missed it. Demon Hunter. Put that same message back up there, please. Cut and paste. And I'll pay attention this time. Yeah, I won't. Stay up, Emmanuel, says Ken Flo Can. Everyone's saying happy birthday. Happy birthday, Godson. Awesome. Look at that. 1911 A1, among others. That's what you fired, Jared? You had the 1911? Say what Mark is saying. How do you say that?
Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Oh, God.
No?
That's okay.
Look at Bob says, congratulations, you're halfway to 100. I want to see Demon Hunters. The rest of your story, brother. Put it back up. I have 275 subscribers now and slowly gaining more subs. That's it. Keep getting after it. That's how it happens. Eric, can I see what? Oh, there it is. All right. So no, you couldn't wake anyone up, so I went for a walk that night after a 12-mile walk where I ended up at a 24-hour diner called Perkins. Saw an old friend there and ended up walking into his place to wait for the local mall. All right. Go on. There's more. Emmanuel, can you all bless my cat, Levy, with a shout out? He is my only joy. We'll give him a shout out, but how about a dog? But shout out to him too. Look at Frank Oliveras, happy birthday. Well, I won't tell my pistols. Come on, Demon Hunter, type faster. Ever been to Colorado? Yes, we've been to Colorado. Through there, we have a good friend there. Big Red Farmer, peace, brother, Semper Fi. My friend, and hang tough. Keep getting after it. Never quit or give up. With the red, some Belgian, Belgian Malinois, right? Those are beautiful dogs. Yes, our great friends, awesome family members, the Dohertys. They have two awesome, awesome dogs. Swimmers. Love it. Like, does she hear dog? Two awesome dogs, beautiful dogs. They love to play in the pool. They both are Malinois? Yes. Yeah, they're awesome dogs, awesome family. What a good, they always have great dogs. I think it's just everyone associated with the Dohertys, Carolyn and Duffy. God bless you guys. Great, awesome kids. Maddie and Brock, you guys are our family. Demon Hunter, open. Okay, so we had to walk to the mall, so we started out soon after. On the way, Jeep pulls over, and it was a Mardo Open. I don't know what that is. We had to walk to the mall, so we started out soon after. Only on the way, a black Jeep. Come on, you're killing us. Demon, you're killing us. Mine are swimming at, what's Ken Flo Can talking about? Mine are swimming at. Jared, Emmanuel, we have a Basset Hound. Oh, Basset Hound is such a floppy dope. Sorry for the rewrite. It's difficult. We're hanging in there, Hunter. We are. We're hanging tough. Basset Hounds. How's it like? What's it like having a Basset Hound? They always just look so like Basset Hounds, but they just like nice, friendly, dopey, floppy dogs. Floppy dope. Fouled Anchor, I'm good. Sergeant Major just did a 24-hour bike ride fundraiser for a Christian Encounter Ranch ministry that helps troubled youth here in California. God bless you, brother. That is awesome. 24-hour bike ride. Man, how are your legs after that? And can you walk? I'm sure you took breaks 24 hours, but good on you. Fouled Anchor, awesome, brother. Jared, I have a small armory, still building on it, but yes, if it does, we will be ready. Jared, I'll give you $2. Only Patriots, so. Come on, Hunter. Waiting on the rest of the story. In the meantime, here it is. Yep. You know what time it is? We do still, even though we're traveling, we still have the stickers available. We traveled with some. So this is the, you know whose favorite this is, the producers. She loves this little mini. Oh, she has a new favorite now. Maybe. This one's cool. And this is the most important one. No military age males, no ma'ams. Why are there hundreds of thousands coming into our borders? Okay, Demon Hunter. Black Jeep pulled over and offered us a ride. My friend knew who it was, but I was 18 miles into a hump. LO, it turned out to be a Marine recruiter. I agreed for the ride and an interview. Sucker, he got you. But look, that's how Marines are, right? He just offered you a ride. And hey, by the way, what are you doing with your life? I can hear how that went now. So 18 miles into a hump, Marine recruiter pulled over to save you. Got mine last week. Glad I got them. Thanks, Robert. Thanks for your support. All right, this one. Make sure I hit BTOD. 2323. Look at this one. This is old school. Remember the cadences? Yes. Oldie but a goodie. Hey, sir, my son wants to join the USMC as a chaplain. What should he do? He's got to join the Navy, BTOD 2323.
Yeah.
What is 2323 for? Tell us, explain that. Explain your screen name. But his Marines don't have chaplains. They're Navy chaplains, and they get assigned to the Marine Corps, right? Anderson was telling you right there. So if he's going to be a chaplain, God bless him. Join the Navy, become a chaplain, go to college. Chaplains are officers, and then he can get assigned to Marine units. And once he does go to one Marine unit, he's not going to want to go back to the blue side Navy.
Dress blues were the hook, line, and sinker for.
Oh, yeah, it was a dead-end job and wanted to do more. He got me with sniper school and the dress blues with a hook, line, and sinker. Amen, Demon Hunter. I tell you what, the recruiter did the same to me the first time he took me to his office. He said, just hang tight right here on this couch. I'll be right back. He went into his office and disappeared for, I think, an hour, 2 hours. I don't know how long it was, but on the little TV with the VHS tape was Marines, 8th and I, dress blues. I just watched it and had that, and he told me I had that million-mile stare when I was watching that, and right away, hook, line, and sinker. You know what video I didn't see? In the mud, being thrashed at boot camp, sand everywhere. I didn't see those videos. He forgot to show me those ones.
Michael Jordan.
I lived it later, though. Michael Jordan, number 23. Favorite player as well as college b-ball number. Thank you. Awesome. 23. Good on you. And also, yes, Michael Jordan is the GOAT, without a doubt. We just had a conversation with Duffy, the Dohertys that I was talking about, who's better, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan,
Kobe Bryant, LeBron.
and LeBron James. Of those three, come on. Who's second best, you mean, after Michael Jordan? That's the real question. Demon Hunter said, I saw those muddy videos they showed me at Survival Video. All right, here we go. What'd you see about my hands? This one's awesome too. All designed, by the way, by our producer. Get them while they're hot. We still have them.
Little bumper sticker action.
Yeah, that one's cool. Look at it. Here we go. Little cuff color. Little color change in there. Sparkle. This one looks good. One of my coffee mugs, I put one on it. I transformed almost all my coffee mugs into it. And then a bumper sticker one. Look at that. SFMF.com. That will be up and running very, very soon.
Latest and greatest.
Latest and greatest. And you helped vote on it. And there was even a community post on it. It's the one I'm wearing, the one I'm using now. Shiny, that's the right word. Thank you, Annie Benani. That's a shiny.
Do or die.
Look at that guy on there. Looks pretty good. Those are stickers. Get them while they're hot.
We got rid of his fifth leg.
Yes, we got rid of his fifth leg. She tried to trick everybody on there. Got rid of his fifth leg. But you get those on, go to the description on our channel, SFMF.com. No, myshopify.com. Got it. I don't have my cheat sheet. All right, Faldanker says, old Jerry and the service sergeant major at 7th Engineers. 24-hour bike ride is called the Agony Ride. There was 141 riders at the event. Top rider put up 300 to 400 miles. This was my 5th time riding. Wow. Good on you, brother. God bless you. Good question, Michael S. Can you vote in recruit training? Yeah, if you're there during the elections, please vote. Wow, great questions. Anybody know that for sure? Yeah, how could they not? Huh. Personal trainer just began his commission as a 2nd lieutenant. URAH. Thank you, Nicholas. God bless you. Nice job, Nicholas. Thanks, Zing Ping. Appreciate you, brother. Right there, look at Anderson Ho says, Michael asked for an absentee ballot to be sent to you ahead of the election. Send it in. Please do. I believe so. They'll have a mail-in absentee ballot. Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't. We vote in combat. Noah, awesome. Live, awesome live, Sergeant Major. Glad to see you back. My prayers are with you. Semper Fi. God bless you and everyone else here. I got to go. Can't wait till Thursday. Thank you, Noah. God bless you, brother. Appreciate you. 100%. Y'all are family as well. So appreciate you being here, and definitely we'll see you Thursday. Semper Fi, brother. Robert Hamilton said, I know I wasn't allowed to vote when I was in Iraq in 2008. Huh. I'm trying to, I don't think, I'm sure I was in combat or the field or somewhere at one of the elections, but very, very important that you vote this time. Drop off at an election center. Will do. Yes, Noah. See you Thursday. I believe you get a paper ballot, says Zing Ping, in boot camp. Interesting. Great question. Butter bars, just listen. But do first lieutenants actually start giving orders? Great question. And yeah, first lieutenants, they got it going on by then. Still wet behind the ears, right? But they're not a brand new butter bar right out of college or right out of OCS. So first lieutenants, I excuse me, had some great ones at times throughout my career, even as an executive officer, is usually for a company, an XO, on their way to become a captain and a company commander. So yeah, first lieutenants start making it happen. Absolutely. Butter bars, yes. Listen. One mouth, 2 ears. That's how God made us, so they can listen twice as much as they talk. They're rare. Menachem. Menachem. Man, so close. What and when were your deployments? Wow. So, real quick, let me give a rundown. Desert Shield, Desert Storm in 90-91. Somalia, 93. The MEU in 05. Iraq, 05-06. Afghanistan, 2010, 2012. Those are the combat deployments. And of course, a couple ship here and there, Alaska, Tonga, all over the place. But those are my combat deployments. Old Jyrene says, you can vote. Absentee ballot, vote for a warrior, not a cackler. Old Jyrene, amen and God bless. Yes, all of us need to vote. This year could get interesting, especially after the attempt on Trump. I'm with you, Jared. We all have to get out and vote. Critical. But Adam says, always looking for that good cookie on the Butter Bars uniform. Yes, the good conduct medal. If you see a good conduct ribbon or a medal on the lieutenant's uniform, you know he's been enlisted and he knows a little more than your average Butter Bar. Semper Fi to those prior enlisted officers. Mark Hankins, U.S. Navy Captain retired, Kelly VP, URAH. About what? Oh, yeah, VP. JD Vance, VP. Marine. He's a Marine. That's what we need in the White House. Prior service. Yes, he was a combat cameraman. He was the, what do they call him? The, what's it? Joker from Full Metal Jacket. He was a Marine. So that's who we need in the White House. 100% URAH. Vote. Jared, I would re-enlist even at 52 years old. So would I. I missed the rest of your comment, but yes, I would. I'm still waiting on that phone call to get me back in. Emmanuel, much respect, American Brave Warriors. URAH. Jake, awesome. Good to see you, brother. Denise, Becca rocks. I have an uncle who is a Mustang and retired as a major. Mustangs are awesome. Prior service. Joker in Full Metal Jacket, yes. Menachem. Anderson Ho says, have a good night, Warriors. Catch y'all Thursday. Good night, Anderson and Chesty Puller, wherever you are. Thanks for joining us, Anderson. We'll see you Thursday. Remember, Thursday this week. JD Vance was an Air Wing reporter. Still a Marine. URAH. Grenada, 83, before Sergeant Major time. Way before my time. Some of the best officers that I knew were Mustangs. Yes. Great officers. Fouled anchor. Me too. Let's go. I would re-up in a heartbeat. 420. Bob says, I'm only 66 and ready to go. You're still young, Bob. I'll take astronaut over reporter. Who's an astronaut? Served 20, would definitely re-enlist. Edward Padilla. Grandpa was, Grenada was my time. Step up, and Beirut too. Wow. What are we talking about? Hang out for a little while. UDIP. Don't threaten me with a good time. Imagine a group of us old Marines re-enlisting. You imagine that? Nothing but experience. Reporters tell stories, Marines, so they're not forgotten. URAH. Taking my girlfriend's son to the recruiter on Tuesday. Yes. Get after it. Hang out with him. Make sure he does the right thing. Awesome. Razi, that's my time too. Semper Fi, brother. Jeremy Lindman. Captain Kelly was an officer, an astronaut. Yeah, who's Captain Kelly? Oh, no, didn't he mention him earlier? Navy captain. Yes. Why, where is he in all this? They wouldn't believe what we could do. Says Carl Green. URAH. Damn right, Carl. URAH. Awesome. Where are we at, producer? Man, great show tonight. Thank you all. Always. You know how I love that. The comments. You guys are killing it. Back to Santos, who I ran into at the gym. Remember the jacked one where your DIs together? I'm talking to him the last 2 days in the gym. He's like, this is the community that we need right here. There's not enough of it out there. Look at Carl. 75, brother. So appreciate you growing this community with us. This is amazing. Just some of the stuff we talk about is awesome. And it keeps us going. We have Poolees. We have high school students getting ready to join. We have active duty, all services, and we have our old timers just feeding the information, nothing but knowledge being passed here, some camaraderie, some brotherhood, right? We're all blessed to be in such an amazing community right now. So appreciate all of y'all. Carlos Diaz says, what time on Thursday? Thursday's live stream this week. Thursday, not Wednesday, Thursday. Thursday, 1700 Pacific time. 1700 California time, West Coast time, Pacific. 1700 on Thursday this week, Thursday. Zing Ping Poo, try to make the lives when I can. I know you do, Zing Ping, and appreciate you. 1900, Carl, would be Central Time, CST. CST 1900, 1700 Pacific Time. Jake, we're rooting for you too, brother. We can't wait. We know you're ready. Keep getting after it. Keep doing everything you can. The more you know before you go, the better. Salty says, I was the last of the iron sights. Still know how to use the iron sights. Excuse me, what happens if something happens to your scope? So be able to shoot with iron sights, 100%. I want to tell you thank you, especially for being a Marine. I support this country because people like you and all the vets in the military. Thank you, Jordan Hammond. Appreciate you. I appreciate all of our service members as well, all the ones who paved the way for us before we got here and all the ones who are coming in behind us. 100%, I'm with you. Yes, Carl Green, I'm moving around too much, brother. Always on the move. Yes, you're right. But we are 1700 West Coast, 1900 Central, 2000 East Coast. Got it. How about that? Who remembers web belts? We still have the web belts, just we only wear it with our service uniforms. But remember wearing web belts with camis? That was horrible. What? Mm-hmm. Randall Knapp, super chat. Thank you, brother. Oh, it's a super sticker. It is different. It's blue, but thank you very much, brother. God bless you. It's blue, and I can't see what it says on there. How come it doesn't come up on there? Thank you, brother. God bless you. Appreciate you. Jeremy says, do I ever miss it? Yes, I do. Every day. Sergeant Major Bull. I don't know who that is. I've been out 25 years and still miss it. Amen, Jared. I do as well. And Alice gear. Oh, God, the Alice gear with the clips, and they always get bent, and they cut your finger trying to get it back on. I have a web belt from boot camp. Annie Benani, see you on the next live stream. Yes, ma'am. We'll see you there. Gumby suits, horrible. You just sweat in those. Randall Knapp. Semper Fi, brother. Thank you very much. Man, awesome. Get some. Marine Corps League. Hurrah. When it happens, never if it happens, you adapt and overcome. Hurrah. Amen. Cold nights, says Gabriel. Demon got to fix that. I also miss it every day, says Jeremy. We do, absolutely do. And I like when people say, hey, let it go, man. You're not in the Marine Corps anymore. Yes, I 100% am still a Marine, and I do miss it, and this is our life. So, yes, I miss the Gomer Pyle uniforms, Bob. That's before my time. Those are sharp, though, when they were starched, crisp. Never had the satins. Awesome. That's part of why I came here, to reconnect and feel like a Marine again. Jared, I'm telling you, this is re-greening us, is what it does. And it keeps our community and our networking and our connections, everything alive. It's knowledge, nothing but knowledge every day. Together, we can figure it out. We can find the answers. None of us know all of it. Learn that the hard way. And that's why we want to continue to grow this community. Denise says, once a Marine, always a Marine. Hurrah. We're not in the Marine Corps. We're Marines. Hurrah. I don't know if you remember the chain video that went viral. I was a Marine in the video. Your reaction video helped me out. All right.
Not in regs.
Oh, not in regs. Which one? Which one was that? I did a couple not in regs. Good old olive drab, love, nearly starched uniform. Simplifies through the gore. Chop firewood. Chopping firewood is good exercise, great exercise. That's a butt kicker too. Marines never die. They go to heaven and regroup. Same here. Take a wild guess at my channel, what my channel is all about. 420 Network. Again, everybody check out Bob's channel. Like and subscribe to the 420 Network. It's about chilling, right? Didn't you tell us? You described it to us one time. Manuel says, never been a fight in my life. I think I have a glass jaw. I'd love to have the boxing match before I die. In the Marine Corps, you'll do a lot of boxing, hand-to-hand, martial arts. You'll get plenty of it there.
All the people that have grown channels.
Yes, all of them. Michael's Drones. Everyone on here. That's what we do for each other. It's free. TLC. It's free to subscribe and support each other. Like and subscribe. Every channel we come on here, we try to bring it up every time. If you have your own channel, let us know. We'll like and subscribe. As soon as we end this, as soon as I land this helicopter, we'll like and subscribe all of your channels. Jared, I still have an OD boonie cover from my days in the field. Those boonie covers drove me crazy, but they do protect you. Adam said they had jaw broken, but ain't scared to fight. Can't be scared. I love knowing Marines are like me. I bleed green. We're all green. Division General said, as long as the video doesn't make it to the news, I won't get court-martialed. Ended up just getting a slap on the wrist and got a 6105. Which one? What video are you talking about? TLC, did you have a good day today? Yes, I had a good day. Did you? It's different. TLC. Rah. Michael S. There it is. Another one. Another super chat. Thank you, Michael S. God bless you. Thank you for all your guidance you provided me on the journey to become a Poolee. It's really helped me be a strong leader, my brothers, in the DEP, in the delayed entry program. Semper Fi, Michael, that's what it's all about. Keep getting after it. Awesome. Wear a boonie with the EGA on it every day. Jared, yard work. Man, it says, I'm an artist. I want to do paintings about American military. It's called These Young. Awesome. Boonie, not boogie. You didn't wear a boogie hat? June, the one where I had the black Marine, my friend, in chains, and I was walking him. Ah, that was you? 6105, slap on the wrist. All right. Good. I'm glad you didn't, not too serious. Val Anchor says time in a DEP counts towards your time in service. Is that a fact? Delayed entry. I was a delayed entry for like 11 months. All right. Jared, yep. Farm life. It's hot in Arizona. 1 hour, Sergeant Major. We are coming up on 2 hours, Carl. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Steve, no. The King Man, and it's hella hot here. So, look at, just now, my Do Not Disturb has come on. So again, I'm going to land this helicopter right now. Everyone, God bless you all. Another great show. I had a great time. Love your feedback. Again, support each other. Keep getting after it every day. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Let's continue to grow. It's been 2 hours, Carl. The producers say you're going to get fired. It's been 2 hours. It goes by fast, I'm telling you. Help us continue to grow this. Again, it's nothing but knowledge and brotherhood and sisterhood and camaraderie right here. And this is awesome. Hard to say this, but some days I wake up doing the 18-month in the sandbox. Yeah. Appreciate all of you. Like my producers thanking all of you. Taps, lights out, Semper Fi, flight cleared for landing. Bob, thank you very much, Semper Fi. Yes, Carl, you are losing your mind tonight. We'll see you Thursday. All of you, God bless you, Semper Fi, my friends, and we'll see you Thursday for another live. Semper Fi.